Hello, welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. I'm Candy Rodo. I'm coming live to you from New York City. And have a very good Sunday evening. How are you all doing? How was your weeks? I'm just checking that everything is working properly, that we're actually live. Oh, there we go. We got it. We're on. And I can see your comments. So, good evening, welcome again. And today I thought we would work on a little pop-up card because they're fun. I find them fun and they're very impressive when you send them to other people. And this specific card is not that difficult to make. So I thought, this is one of the first ones that I created when I first joined Stampin' Up! And I felt so accomplished when I did it. And I did several versions of it. I sent one for Mother's Day. My mom was so impressed and all my friends. So anyway, I thought like, oh, I should revisit that pop-up. And this is how it works. It just has this little mechanism here. So it's very easy. And when you open it up, it just pops up like this. It's cute, right? And of course, you can use any sentiments or stamps that you need, that you want. The important thing is that it has to have a window. And I think the window works best when it's round or oval, because the corners may get tangled sometimes, but I haven't tried it, to be honest. But I think it looks pretty with an oval, I think. And in this case, I did an oval with the scalloped edge. So, you know, you have to be very careful when you put it together, but it's, as I said, it's not difficult at all. The mechanism is really easy. It's just, I'll show you in a second. And why don't we get started? And I'm using the Seaside Bay stamp set that I love, 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 love. And how I market this, you see the washi tape here? This is how I mark that I have the dies inside. So when I have these on my shelf, I can see if the dies are in or if it has matching dies. Then I know they're in. If I don't put it in, it's because I have them out someplace else. So, because sometimes they're bigger and they don't fit in the case. But anyway, so let's get going. And as I said, you can use any motif that you want with any sentiment. I'm just gonna show you the recipe, so to speak, for the template for this window pop-up. I don't know how they call it. Oval window pop-up? I don't know. Anyway, let's put this aside and start working with a new one. So first thing you're gonna need is a card base. A regular card base. I'm using Night of Navy, one of my favorite blues, and it also matches the colors of the designer series paper that I don't have here. Where is it? I thought I had it out. Well, let me see if I can get it. That's so weird. Oh well. I just want to show you some of them. I'll leave you with the card again. I'll come back in just a quick second, because my house is very small, so I can just go grab it. Well, I can't find it, which is weird because I had it out yesterday just for today's tutorial. But, you know, sometimes things disappear on me. Anyway, this is the DSP that comes with the Seaside Bay. I think it's called By the Ocean something. Wait a second. No, I was looking just the last resort place. And I don't know what it is. Oh well, I'll find it later. Thankfully, I have the pieces cut out, so I don't need the whole package. I just wanted to show you the varieties. So anyway, Night of Navy is one of the colors that are part of the designer series paper for the By the Bay paper. And I chose this. It's a specialty paper, sort of specialty because it has some, like this one had the gold inlay here. This one has these shiny muscles. And the other side is just more plain. It's a beautiful, beautiful paper too, both sides as usual. But anyway, I'm going to use this one today. So let's review this again. This is your regular card base, and I chose Night of Navy, and this is 8.5 by 5.5. Score in the middle for 4.25 by 5.5. And this is a quarter of an inch smaller. So this is 4 by 5.25. Okay, so you're gonna attach these first. Let's get some glue. I wonder where that paper is. Oh well, it will of course, as soon as I finish this live, I'll find it. But anyway, you can check online and you can see all the paper online on my online store. We're gonna put some glue. Usually I put glue in the middle, but because we're gonna cut the window, we wanna leave it loose so you can use actually this oval that we'll have as a leftover for some other project. I tried to do like a little bit of round, bigger than, maybe we can do that. The other day I was not very successful. I did it too close to the center, but I think this will work fine. Did it big enough. The window is gonna be right in the middle, but I don't want it to get too loose anyway. So we're gonna attach this, glue it center. Where's my bone folder? Trusty companion for any paper crafter. Rub it. And so we have that. That's the base, right? So the next thing that we're gonna do is cut the window here, and then we're gonna have to cut, as you could see, an oval as well to go inside for your message or your focal image, focal point. Okay, so we're gonna use layering ovals. You can use other things if you have them. These are perfect because they happen to be layering, so I know there will be one that exactly matches this. And you see, and I have to tell you, I tried with frame florets, but it doesn't have the 2 layers that you need, so it only has the outside, so you can cut the window, but then you don't have the piece in the middle that actually matches because it's a frame. Anyway, it's complicated. You would have all the holes around, and I tried to do it with the other ovals, but it didn't work. Anyway, trust me, I tried it myself, so you don't have to try it. But if you don't trust me, you can try it yourself and see what happens. Okay, so I don't like to cut on camera, but I wanted to show you how to cut it anyway. So I'm gonna try to cut on camera. May not be visible all the way. Oops, sorry. And now my dice goes on the floor. Okay, that's just lovely. You are gonna need to use the big cut and emboss machine because you need to fit the whole width of the car for the window, so it's not gonna fit in the little mini. At least I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. All right, so you're not seeing the preparation. Let me see if I can do it the other way. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. For being on camera, I mean, it's gonna work. What I'm doing is gonna work, but let's try it this way so you can see. So this is, and if you can center it more or less, it's hard to tell here. You can center it. I'm making sure that there's gonna be a piece here that's gonna be 1 inch wide, so it has to be at least 1 inch, because otherwise you would see the mechanism through the window. So it's rather safer to put it a little bit down from the center. Let's see how that looks like. It's too much. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right, and I have to change my plates. They're really warped, but right now we're gonna have to live with it, okay? And I'm doing it almost without seeing, so I hope it works, that I don't move it too much. All right, let's try this. And that's what I don't like to cut on camera, because my machine doesn't fit. I cannot be on top of it. Okay, this is not okay. And then my table is very unstable. I'm doing it, people. Worst thing that can happen. Well, I did it a little low because I couldn't see it from top, that it was super center, but that's fine. It's gonna work anyway. All right, let me take this out of here. Yeah, it's not super center. But anyway, we'll make it work. And it didn't cut. Oh, yes, it did. All right. So now we have the two pieces, you see? All right. So that goes like this. So this will be for our pop-up, and this you can save for something else. It's cute. I'm not super happy that it's not center, and I'm a little anal about these things. But anyway, we can put some embellishment here or something, and we'll make it work. The next step is to do the mechanism. And for the mechanism, we need okay, let me put my die away before I lose it again. We need a piece of cardstock, the same color of your base, because it will be more disguised this way. And this needs to be 3 by 4, 3 by 4, and we're gonna score it at 1 inch 3 times, okay? So let's bring our trimmer. It's challenging to work on a TV tray, believe you me. Springsy, at least it's a nice TV tray. Sturdier than most, but not that big. Okay, so it's 1 inch. Then we go to 2 inches. We score it. Remember, score. Don't cut. Then we go to 3 inches. And that will leave us just a 4 inch at the end, right? And then we need also a piece that is 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/4, and we're gonna score it at 1 1/4. So let me score it before I put the trimmer away. 1 1/4. Like so. So that will be, that's where you put your oval here, and that will be on top of the mechanism, right? All right, that didn't have to happen. We are gonna, hi Deborah, good evening. We're gonna burnish, make really crisp folds here, and that it's not perfect, but it's gonna work anyway. I don't know what happened. I think, no, it is okay, it's fine. So that's how it has to look, more or less, right? All right, so now we get our card, and then we have to do the inside of the card, because once you put the mechanism goes on top of the inside of the card, as you can see here. See? So we're gonna stamp the card, and for this time, instead of using the Sanderling, the little lovely bird, I'm gonna use the oyster that we see here, the oyster. And I'm gonna stamp with crumb cake these lovely shells here to be inside. Don't want to put anything too big because you want some room for your message, for writing. And you can also put a message inside if you want to say have a wonderful day or something like that, whatever message you want to put. Mine is gonna say happy birthday outside because I always need more happy birthday cards. And that's it. So I'm just gonna stamp the shells. Nice. And then we're gonna glue this to the inside of the card before we attach the mechanism. Yeah, my plates need to be replaced because they leave all this residue of little I don't know, speckles of plastic from the cutting. But anyway, now I can put glue in the middle because we're not gonna cut any windows on that. Maybe put it the right way. Distribute the glue with your bond folder. And that's it. And now we put the mechanism. So to put the mechanism, you put glue on the first quarter. There's 4 quarters, right? We fold it 4 times. So we're gonna put glue, get it on fold it in half, and put glue right here. And then we're gonna center it in our card right to the fold there, more or less center. And how you see it is once you cut the window. Of course, mine is not super center, the window, so it doesn't really matter. So maybe I'm gonna move it a little bit farther to the side. And that, because I use liquid glue, it allows me a little bit of the wiggle room. So now it seems centered in my window, see? Like I see little bit of it. This is not gonna be seen because we're gonna put this on top, so nothing's gonna be seen. But anyway, so then now that you put that, then we're gonna put on the other top half glue there, and then we're gonna close it and let it rest a little bit. Let it get tacky. And there you go. We have the mechanism. Better that it dries a little bit. And then this goes like this, I believe. Yes, in the center. So we're gonna put glue. This is like your this was 2 1/4, so this is your 1 inch here, and this is your 1 1/4. So the 1 1/4, you're gonna put glue on the top part of it only, like so. Can you see? Am I on camera? Hi, Joanne. Don't worry, it's easy to, you can catch the replay if you miss the beginning, Joanne is saying, but it will be, it's not too complicated. I was just saying that it's it's very impressive, but it's a very easy pop-up. And then we have to see, because I use the scallop, you have to be very careful that it matches exactly. So when you open it, it will stay down like this, right? So the best way to do it is, now that you have this down, almost to the corner, but not too much so it doesn't impair the opening. Just you put that here, and then we grab. That's why it's important to do it with the liquid glue, so you have a little bit of wiggle room if something goes wrong. But see, it's perfectly put here. And actually oops, okay. I did it the other way around. Oh my God. Alrighty, people. Sorry. I'm gonna stick it out. What the heck, Candy? It was the other way around. No worries. Because this is not gonna be seen. So I can still do it the other way around. It was the other, like, the V has to come your way. Let me check, like in this one, see? Like that, and I put it the other way around. Silly me. That happens when I'm talking to you. Anyway, everybody makes mistakes. Me, the first one. So, let me see that I did properly now. So this is gonna go like this. So I'm gonna put the glue on this top part. Just trim a little bit what I grab there. So let's put the glue here on the top. See, I knew the top part. And this is what happens when I prepare the card and I do it, and instead of doing it right before... No, what am I doing wrong? Okay, I think I have to take it up from here as well. Alright. Let's do it that way. Yes, it's like this. I didn't have to take it off, but I did. After all, I wasn't sure. Anyway, so this is your inch part facing you and up, because that's what's gonna pop, like this. Alright, let's try this again. Put a little bit of glue. And just when I'm telling you, Joanne, this was not complicated. It's not complicated. I was just, you know, distracted. There we go. See? That's how it works. All right? And I'm going to make sure that these scallop edges totally match. And I'm going to leave it alone a little bit so it dries. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of tackiness coming from my other, let me clean that up. From when I adhere it wrong, so I don't want that to happen, and I'm gonna let it dry before I do anything else. All right, so now let's play with our oval. And I was thinking to do this oyster, though I wanted to use these oysters, and this oyster is not big enough to cover this big huge oyster that there's here, and it drives me crazy. But these are done and are made to go with a dye that's from an oyster there, but maybe we can do something else. See, we have this oyster, but then it will be too much to use. I haven't used it yet. But this creates one that you can fold, and then when you open it, then you have your one of your flat iridescent pearls in the middle. But I think it's like with a pop-up, it would be too much opening and pop-up and the whole thing. So let's rethink that. But I'm gonna still use the oyster. All right. So let's stamp it in crumb cake. And this is just a scrap of paper, I hope. There is nothing that I needed that is measured. No, it's a scrap of paper, and I know. All right, so this is our oyster. And I wanted to give it a little bit of color because they have this beautiful kind of pinkish tone in the middle. And I don't know if this is gonna be better with this. Maybe a little bit with this. This is pale papaya, light pale papaya. And then I'm gonna do even more pinkish with a little bit of calypso coral. And then I'm going to use the blending pen here to give the mix, give it a little bit of more tone. And then, as I said, let me get the Calypso Coral or Fleur de Flamingo. I don't know, something like a little stronger, right? So what I'm gonna do is from the Calypso Coral, from the lid that I use for things like for painting with ink, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of color and just add a little bit. It's too much, I think. Okay, and just because I just want just some hues. Yeah, that's better, the color better that way. And a little bit of reflection on the top. And since I'm not gonna put the big pearl in it, I'm gonna actually do a little bit of Wink of Stella in this one, but I can do that later. So let's cut this. Again, you're gonna have to forgive my big cut and emboss machine here in the middle of the camera. I'm not gonna care much if it's on camera now or not, because you know, I know you know how to do this. So where's my die? We're gonna use the oyster die. Here it is, oyster die. I'm gonna put it, I'm trying to be on camera, but honestly, this is so big and my space is so small that things are gonna fall. Just make it like so. And I want to move it because I knew that would happen. Okay, let me make sure that it doesn't move so it cuts precisely the image. All right, there we go. Oh, now you can see it a little bit. Yay! I don't want to go too fast because everything will fall off. All right. Get this out of here. And let's get our image. Putting the die back in its place before I lose it. And here's our cut oyster. I think it looks very cute. And one idea that I did with the oyster once is that I used the enamel paint effects in white, and I actually put it on top of the oyster. But I know if I do this, I'm gonna mess it up when I adhere it, and I kind of not done there. But you know, what else can go wrong today? So why not do it? All right, let's see. So this is enamel. Pearlized enamel effects, and I'm getting the white. It comes in red and black, which is more like pewter or gunmetal, if you ask me. But anyway, and we're gonna, it just takes a lot to dry, so let's see. But it does look very pearlish, so that's what I like it. All right, doesn't it look good? I love it. Let's hope that candy doesn't mess it up. You see? Oops, like here. There we go. It will look nicer when it dries. And hopefully I don't mess it up. And anyway, for this, I'm gonna put this like as if you had found it on the sun, but there's a little bit of water behind. So I'm just gonna do some, maybe use the sand stamp from my Seaside Bay, this one here. I just want to put a little bit on the bottom. And I don't have my Sahara Sun. Oh, that's weird. Okay, we're gonna use crumb cake because it's the one I have. I wanted Sahara Sand, but you know, I can stamp off this crumb cake and it will be kind of the same. So I'm stamping off. I'm just putting a little bit of here. That's nice enough. Stamp off and do a little bit like here. And stamp off and do a little bit in the middle, maybe this way. All right. And then for the top, I'm gonna use a little bit of blue, a hint of blue that I don't have with me. A little bit of hint of blue with one of the blending brushes. All right. So let me get balmy blue. Here it is. And just tap, tap, tap. Actually, I'm gonna use a paper because I don't like to mess up my mats because I reuse them all the time. So just start from outside so you don't get the blurb, and just go in. Just a hint of color for the background, okay? It's barely noticeable in camera for what I can see, but believe me, it's blue. And I'll show you in a second. Put the paper down. Can you tell? There's a little bit of hint of color. So once we put this in, it's gonna look nice. Right? And I should have sponged this before using the pearlized effects. I'm telling you, it was a bad idea. And I knew it was a bad idea. But I'm stubborn, what can I say? Let me see if I can have like a little bit of sponging. Yeah, I'm gonna use an old sponge that I have here, and I'm gonna sponge a little bit the edges so they don't look so white with crumb cake. Very carefully so I don't mess up, even though I won't be able to sponge it as much as I would like to, because I will be trying not to disturb the paint that is still wet, because I put quite a big dollop of it. That's a little bit. Let's see if I can just get a little bit here. Just, okay, this is better than before, I think. Not as sponge as I would have done it. But anyway, at least I remember on time. Sort of. Put this away. And now, since this is going to be on the top of the oval like this, I'm going to put my happy birthday here. And for happy birthday, what I used before is this from Happiness Abound, which has this lovely scripty messages, and I love it. So I'm gonna use this one. And the good thing is that because it's photopolymer, okay, this is not sticking here. Photopolymer, you can bend it. You can bend the photopolymer to have the curve of the oval. So let's grab something. Okay, I thought I had all the blocks up. Oops, sorry. Let me see if I can put it. No, this is too small. Oh, here's the other block. There we go. Another block. So I'm just gonna go like this. And as you can see, this is the message that I use the most. So it's not the most of this, not super sticky in my case, but I think that will be good enough for this. Perfect. So you get it with the curve that you wanna stamp it on your on your oval, and I'm gonna stamp it on Night of Navy. Here's my Night of Navy, and here's my mat, because it's a photopolymer, so you need the cushion underneath for perfect stamping. And if it's not perfect, I'll cut another oval. How about that? But I think it will work. That's nice. I like it. I'm satisfied with this one. Putting this away, and now we're gonna put it all together. Bring the card back. I'm gonna attach the oval first, and then put the oyster at the very end, just to give it a chance to dry a little bit longer. In the center, I love the layering ovals with the center. So this is how it will go. Pretty, right? And all these little things are, it's a little bit of glue here. I don't know why. Oh, from the messed up thing. But not to worry, because I have a glue eraser. There we go. Love the glue eraser. There we go. See, nothing happened here, people. All right, so just gonna fold this down. Oh, I see what happened. What happened is that because I glued it the wrong way before, it has a little bit of tackiness here, so I'm gonna cover this with just a little bit of cardstock, just any bit of cardstock, because it's not visible, so it doesn't attach to my base card. But you don't have to do this. This is only because I messed up. So if you do it properly, you don't have to do it. I'm just gonna put, and if I had the navy around, I would use the navy, but I don't have. Oh yeah, I do have the navy around. There we go. 1 second. Where is the navy? Navy blue. All right, I'll put a piece of navy, just a little bit, so to cover that tackiness, because it's underneath, so nobody will see it, and it will avoid these stains, the glue stains on the bottom of my card. So there. Let's see if this is wide enough. Yeah, I'll just put it there, and that's it. There's a solution for every little mistake. I guess, isn't it right? All right. There we go. Now it opens like this. Oh, okay, not fell. Okay, I have to let it let it sit until it dries. So let's get some dimensionals to put our oyster on. And then I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll put a little bit of a bow there. Dimensionals, here we go. I'm just gonna put one there and one there on the bottom, because I want my top to be a little bit standing up, but not too much, because you don't want it to. All right. You see that? I almost put it the other way, and the pen is still not dry. Taking the back of the dimensionals out. So even if I'm off camera, sorry. Yeah, I'll do it like this. And here's, this is not, oh, this is complicated, people, just because I put the extra cardstock and I should have folded it. Oh, there we go. There we go. So this is our card. I'm sorry it's a little wonky just because of the, I should have just deleted the, erased the glue rather than put something else. But anyway, it works. It will work better if you don't have to put that extra piece, because now it looks a little bulky, but it's still. See how this works a little bit better, the mechanism. And I don't want to press more because I have the pearl there, but anyway, this one works with no problem. And this one I just have to fold it, but I cannot fold it because I have the pearl wet, so I cannot press on it, but it will work the same way. Yeah, I know what I have to do. I'm just gonna cut the excess. Yes, that's it. That's all I need. Yeah. Well, I have to decide if I want to put some more pearls here or some embellishments. Maybe I can use a couple of the pearls that I had out. I haven't used them. Every time I got to use them, I end up saying like, oh no, it's too much for these. But I'm gonna use them, and I'm gonna put them among the, there we go, among the muscles, just for a little bit of shine and to distract from this not being perfectly centered. And yeah, this is not perfectly centered either. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm gonna put one there, one here in this corner, and one up there. That doesn't really need it because honestly it has so much shine, this paper already. Anyway, give it a try, see how it works for you. You need, evidently, and as I said, if you do it without the scallop, it's gonna be even better. I don't know, this is a little wiggly because it's still wet, but I want it to dry right where my scallop edges are so they match with the other ones. All right, so I'm gonna let it sit because I think I'm just playing too much with it, but this is the idea of the card for tonight. I hope you like it. I hope you give it a try. You can use any motif and any other stamp set or bundle that you have, and if you do, let me know how it works. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.